Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We decided we're having barbecue tonight. So as we got fire on the go, be rude not to do a bit of science. Going to revisit a previous project and put into practice some theory that I discovered. Squash the cans, that one needs a bit more squashing, so I will. It's not easy one-handed. So bash it a little bit, knock it around the edges so it drops into a can easy enough, and load it up, a bit like that. Put some decent aluminium in there. So I've got, if I haven't lost it, so I've got an aluminium door handle, bit off a lock thick cover. Got a new job now, so I get opportunities to pick all sorts of stuff like this up. Got another little bit somewhere, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, so we'll get a fire going. My plan is load it up, all these little pucks that I've made. I'll put that in with it and cover it with that. Build the fire up. Now, reason that I'm covering it is one thing I've learned is a lot of this is as a result of oxygen. Yeah, I should get a bit less of this slag. I've oxidised the aluminium. I also don't quite think it got hot enough in the final stage, but I've also learned table salt is a good flux. So I'm going to keep a little bit of this, just because it looks cool, but eventually this is going to melt down as well when I get to the stage of fluxing. Yeah, let's see what gives. Science. So science is happening. We have fire. Going to keep the lid on as much as possible, keep as much heat, but basically this is it. This is the science experiment. That into that, convert it into blobs of aluminium, hopefully. Well, science is happening. Food's been cooked. Science is happening. It has been for a little while now. Probably, I don't know, 15 cans, maybe a little more. I don't know. But we're down to that. And it does say not to really disturb it, the stuff I've read. Steel's glowing a lovely colour, sort of indicative of the right melting temperature of aluminium, or slightly above. Love it. Love it. I'll let that melt down a little bit. If it does melt down much more, it's like I've melted a few cans and some bits, and yeah, I'll get my little tray out. Get ready to pour some alley. I'll get it good and hot and good and burning for a while, and yeah, And before anyone says, yes, I know there's like cyanides with galvanise and, you know, treated wood ain't necessarily the best to burn, but we're outside. We smoke. Don't matter. Don't care. Right. So what I'm thinking is I'm definitely getting up to temperature. I looked at a chart on Tinterwebs about how hot steel is when it starts to glow, and if the outside is getting to that sort of a colour, it's sort of saying to me, going off that chart, the inside's definitely going to be there, because that's the melting point of aluminium. I sort of figured the outside's going to be a bit cooler than in the middle of all of that. Some research did show me that any sort of gases that might be coming off during this, the worst of it's going to be the burning off of the cyanide on there, well, obviously, kind of thing. That's a one-time hit. I'm not hitting the sort of temperatures where aluminium gives off gases, so I'm relatively safe. Yeah. The fire's getting a bit low around this side. I want to try and keep this run hot, because I'm sort of considering having a little pour in a minute and see what I come up with. That's my moulds. Okay. I hope. Well, other people have used that kind of thing. How am I going to use that thing? Oh yeah, bottom of the can's definitely glowing the right colour. That can's just a lid to keep the oxygen and bits of wood out of the actual melting pot. Did want to do it a bit different, but well, my bucket ain't deep enough. It's a little bit too deep actually as well to try and get out the one in the bottom. Yeah. Flux in this might be, yeah, I'm going to have to get some long tongs to anyway. I should be able to manage one pour without burning my fingers off. No, it's gonna hurt. Got most of it through, just not this bit until I got to sort of like just now. Yeah, well, we're nearing time. It's going to happen soon. Going to do a pour. Just let it sit for a bit longer. Some of this wood burn down. Make it a bit easier to get in there without burning my hand off. Couple of minutes. I think I'm about ready to pour. Here we go. This might hurt. Give it a bit of a stir. Oh, we've taken the aluminium. Do you know what? I might flux that now. Get the most out of it. Okay, so table salt. It's a flux of choice for this, apparently. Some solids there. I need a bit of salt. Oh, there was a little. I think I might have to add a bit more wood and have a little bit more heat. And it's gone a little cold. Well, that didn't go to plan. It was looking so promising. Really was. And I discovered it kind of split and melted. So I kind of need to rethink what I'm going to use in there. Something thicker. Needs to be something thicker with a lid. Oh, twattins. There's definitely, you definitely see, Ali, there's some melted. It's a bit fluxy, but a bit slaggy, sorry. Bet you I got loads in the. Oh, I can see some. Oh God, yeah, I can see quite a bit in the bottom of there. Partial success. Definitely a partial success. I wouldn't call it a complete success. I'll have a look at this in the morning. Rifle through that. Let this cool down. Oh well.
Is that what you did?
That's what I did. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How are we all doing? Science last night. Kind of almost went to plan, didn't go to plan. We had a little disaster. The can that I was using, obviously decided, you know what, fuck you, I've had enough. And it decided to disintegrate right at the very end. Ah, well, this is what we've ended up with. A whole heap of slaggy aluminium that hasn't really done much. I have got some aluminium. This bit fell through the bottom of the can. There's bound to be bits more. So, leaves a bit of a dilemma. Does. Do I get a crucible? 10 quid for a proper crucible to do this instead of a tin can. Would I get enough heat out of a fire to use a crucible? I don't know. More science needed. One thing that is for sure though, that metal can that I use, that dog food can, isn't up for the task. This is what I had from last time. Yeah, that can definitely isn't up for it. So, more science needed. Damn.